Several cars, sends one person to the hospital, and closes a major West Michigan road for several hours. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brett Thomas. 24-hour News 8 at noon starts right now.
Watching out for you on air, online, on the go. This is 24-hour News 8.
Happening now, multiple police units are on the scene of a bank robbery that's happening in Allegan County. The report came in about 9:30 this morning at the Chemical Bank in Moline. That's in the 4400 block of South Division. Well, right now, state police and Allegan County deputies are on the scene investigating the whole thing. A bank spokesperson says that everybody who works there is just fine. Nobody was really hurt here. Maybe a little shaken up and scared, but not hurt. We have a crew on the scene waiting to hear more details from police. We'll pass those along as soon as we get them. Stay with us for more on that. Well, busy 28th Street back open after an early morning crash. Just opened back up in the past hour or so. It was closed between Division Avenue and Madison on Grand Rapids Southeast side for several hours. Ryan Takeo shows us how that 5-vehicle crash happened.
Investigators are shocked no one was seriously hurt. They say the reason for this crash was a distracted driver.
The vehicle going southbound on Madison ran the red light. She's messing around with some papers in her vehicle.
Something you don't want to see.
Brian DeVries was heading to work east on 28th.
All of a sudden I saw this little car come off the side and just plow right into the semi.
I saw a semi coming straight for me.
Jonathan Steffen was part of the chain reaction too. He did what he could but hit this car, pinned the driver into the semi's cab.
He was barely moving.
It looked like quite a substantial impact.
Firefighters cut the roof to get him out. After the rescue, crews said he was breathing, talking, and alert, and emergency crews expect him to be okay.
The guy in the car was lucky. He's still alive.
I'm pretty surprised that he made it all right. I mean, relatively all right.
In a crash so unexpected, so was the result.
The outcome is usually tragic, but no, things went very well in this crash.
In Grand Rapids, Ryan Takeo, 24-hour News 8.
Well, police are waiting to make sure that the injured man is okay before they decide to either ticket or charge the woman who ran that red light. Well, clouds could be sticking around West Michigan for the rest of the afternoon, but there should be some big improvements on the way for the weekend. So let's check in with 24-hour News 8's Laura Velasquez in the Tracking Center, watching out for what you can expect Saturday and Sunday, as well as the rest of the day. What's going on, Laura?
I tell you what, Brett, improvement is on the way, but it's going to take a little bit of time, and that means the rest of today, I think the clouds are going to dominate over any sunshine. Now, take a look at Storm Track Live Radar. Already some improvement because you don't see any of the green showing up here. Most of the rain shower activity now off to the south and east. I can't completely rule out an isolated sprinkle, but I think the majority of us will stay dry. However, we have scenes like this live at the Ford Airport from our Skycam. A low deck of clouds hanging overhead, even looking a bit ominous at times, but keep in mind most of these clouds don't have any rain within them anymore. An isolated sprinkle can't be ruled out, but breaks will develop in the cloud cover, more so later on this afternoon. Into the evening hours, current temps with the clouds in place, 63 now in Grand Rapids, 59 in Fremont, only 55 in Grand Rapids. Normal highs for June 24th. 80 degrees. In Grand Rapids, we're going to fall at least 12 short of that this afternoon, high up to around 68, winds out of the west at 5 to 15 miles an hour. Here's a piece of weather trivia for you. The wind chill at the beach just an hour and a half ago was only 44 degrees, and here we are at the end of June. But as I promised, some improvement is on the way for the weekend. I'll share those numbers with you coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, thank you, Laura. We're learning more today about the high-speed crash that sent a car flying into the trees that killed a man, happened in Kalamazoo County. Well, 24-hour News 8's Ken Kolker is at the live desk right now with the very latest on the young man who was killed in the crash. Ken?
Yeah, Brett, he is 23-year-old Justin Bailey, who was an all-state soccer player at Portage Northern High School and went on to play at Hope College. Now, Bailey lettered for 4 years at Hope, where he graduated last year with a degree in management. He most recently was living in Grand Rapids. The other man in that car, 25-year-old Mark Angelotti, is originally from Novi, but also was living in Grand Rapids. He is still in critical condition at Bronson Methodist Hospital. Police haven't officially named the hit-and-run driver, but his family says he is 30-year-old Brett Frame, whose criminal history includes a drunk driving conviction from last year. Angelotti and Bailey were driving south on South 6th Street in Texas Township near Crooked Lake when Frame's pickup allegedly hit them from behind. Police say that Frame was speeding and took off after that crash. They say he drove about a half mile to his parents' home on Crooked Lake where he had been living. Now that's where deputies confronted him, saying Frame fought them and that they subdued him only after they used a taser on him. Frame's parents said he recently moved back home and he was going to college. Now they're wondering what led to the hit and run. Now, police expect that Frame will be in court this afternoon to be arraigned on charges that include drunk driving causing death. Live in the newsroom, Ken Coker, 24 Hour News 8.
All right, thank you, Ken. Well, the father of a boy who accidentally shot himself in the face last week has been arraigned on a number of drug-related charges. 44-year-old Michael Hall also faces second-degree child abuse charges. His son was moving items in the garage of the family home on 27 Mile Road in Sheridan Township when a gun accidentally went off. It hit the boy in the face. Well, during their investigation, the deputies there found an alleged marijuana growing operation at the house. That 10-year-old, if you're wondering, is recovering now. Well, a tsunami warning has been canceled now following a big 7.2 magnitude earthquake that happened off the coast of Alaska. And here's a look at where it hit in the depths of the Pacific Ocean off of Alaska's remote Aleutian Islands. There was a tsunami warning for some coastal areas of Alaska right after it happened just before midnight, but they've since taken that away. The quake was felt all through the remote island chain, but no damage was reported there. One resident says the shaking lasted about 20 seconds. Well, the Van Buren County woman who drugged, burned, and ran over her husband with a car is going to stay in prison. The Michigan Court of Appeals yesterday upheld Linda K. Sturmer's murder conviction. She argued there was not enough evidence to bind her over to circuit court to face trial, and there was not enough evidence to convict her of the murder of her husband, Todd. The appeals court, though, did not agree. Games in all sports and all sorts of Olympic sports are going to be taking place all across the area this weekend. The Meijer State Games of Michigan are underway. 4,500 athletes from across the state will compete in 25 different sporting events during the next 3 days. The opening ceremonies are tonight at 7 o'clock at Fifth Third Park. The ceremony includes a parade of athletes and a torch run. The games are expected to generate nearly $1 million in spending going on right here in West Michigan. Well, U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow was in West Michigan this afternoon to take part in a major groundbreaking going on in Fremont. She's going to attend an event for the Fremont Community Digester. It's a $22 million power plant that will convert agricultural waste from farms into renewable electricity that they'll then sell to consumers' energy. The ceremony will be held at Fremont Industrial Park. Well, this is one of the first digesters of its kind to be built in the United States. It's scheduled to begin operation next summer. But if you haven't bought your tickets for this weekend's big U2 show that's going on in East Lansing at Spartan Stadium, you are in luck. Concert promoters have announced that a final block of tickets at $30 each have been released for sale for the Sunday night show. The tickets are available now on LiveNation.com and all Ticketmaster locations. Good luck. Well, the children of a Comstock Township woman who were hurt when she allegedly crashed her car while driving drunk will be living with their grandmother now. New video shows the moments after an officer arrived on scene after 24-year-old Valerie Phelps crashed her car into a utility pole Sunday night. Police say she was legally drunk at the time. Her young children were not secured in the back seat. They're still recovering from their injuries. In a custody hearing yesterday, a Kalamazoo County referee decided her 2 children would be safer with their grandmother. But the referee also says her priority is reuniting that family.
I think it's important, despite the circumstances, that these children see their mother daily.
Well, Phelps will be allowed to have supervised visits with her kids. She is scheduled to be back in court at the end of this month. West Michigan is getting some national attention now after an online poll chose Grand Rapids as the destination for USA Today's travel blogger, Ben Mutzabah. Mutzabah held an online vote on his blog, Today in the Sky. The question, with Southwest Airlines offering low rates, which city should he go to next? Well, Grand Rapids got 65% of that vote. Details on his trip will be coming out later this month. The contest was spurred on by a major Southwest Airlines fare sale that we told you about earlier this week, but it ended last night. Big news on the automotive front this afternoon. Detroit automaker Ford has taken a big hit in the latest J.D. Power and Associates new car quality survey. Ford fell in this year's rankings from 5th place to 23rd. The big drop is mostly due to a series of major malfunctions of its touchscreen dashboard computers. While Ford went downhill, Toyota made its way closer to the top, ranking 7th this year after its lowest ever 21st ranking that it got last year. Lexus came out on top, though, followed by Honda, which was in the number 2 spot. Brandon Knight is the newest Detroit Piston after he was picked 8th overall in last night's NBA draft. Knight averaged over 17 points per game as a freshman last season at Kentucky. The Pistons took Duke senior forward Kyle Singler in the 2nd round. The Cleveland Cavs, as expected, they took Duke freshman guard Kyrie Irving with the very first overall pick. A trio of firefighters helped a woman deliver twin boys on the floor of an apartment complex. This happened in Muskegon. That call came in early yesterday, and when firefighters arrived at Bayview Towers, they heard excited shouts from the baby's father as that first boy was born. Well, firefighters Derek Rossler and Scott Himmelsbach, they responded along with Lieutenant Mark Taylor. All three put their medical training to quick use here. They tended the first baby, and then they prepared for the second one, which was handled by an arriving paramedic. That 22-year-old mother has 2 other kids already, wasn't due for several more months. The babies were taken to a Grand Rapids hospital where firefighters expected them to be okay. Quite the story there. Well, flooding continues in the Dakotas this afternoon, and officials say they've done all they can to protect towns from the rising waters there. Details on when the worst of the high water is expected to hit. That's coming up.
We had our fair share of heavy rain on Tuesday, but that's all cleared out of West Michigan right now. And I've got some improving weather for your weekend forecast. That's up after the break in just 2.5 minutes. But as we head into that break, a live view here from our Plaza Tower Skycam overlooking the S-curve. Traffic moving along great in downtown Grand Rapids.
When you're looking for answers.
I wouldn't have nowhere to go. I don't want to go on the street.
I don't get no response, no answer, no nothing.
Seriously, you're going to put up a sign saying we don't want people in wheelchairs.
We take action. A viewer contacted us about a costly problem.
On my way, I called consumers because I wanted to know if there was anything that could be done for these vets.
More than a week living without water. Might have taken longer if he hadn't called us.
We started digging into this.
When we told the store the sign was illegal today, they did take it down.
Watching out for you. This is 24-Hour News 8.
It was a terrible auto accident. We needed help. I called 1-800-CALL-SAM. Our settlement, $500,000. The best call I ever made.
Get the bursting advantage and our no-fee guarantee. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Don't wait. The biggest 4th of July sale in Art Van history is going on now. A special preview weekend. Doors open Friday, 10 a.m. Save up to 70% store-wide. No sales tax and no interest for 50 months. Paul's TV will pay your tax too. Don't miss this special preview weekend with savings of up to 70%. No interest for 50 months and no sales tax. The biggest 4th of July sale in Art Van history going on now.
Eyeglass World wants to know, how do your glasses make you feel?
Well, I got this pair right after I got my last job, and they make me feel confident, professional. My other pair are my feisty, outgoing glasses. People notice them, and me.
Express yourself with 2 pairs of glasses from Eyeglass World, and get both for just $78. Glasses that make a difference. Prices that make it possible. Eye exam, only $39.
On Friday, June 24th at 9 p.m., Little River presents a tribute to AC/DC by all-female group, Hell's Bells. A tribute to AC/DC, a tribute like no other. High-voltage rock and roll by Hell's Bells. Get tickets now at StarTickets.com or at the Little River box office. Hell's Bells. Friday, June 24th, only at the River. Check LRCR.com for details.
We are taking you places. Places you've never heard of or seen. Events you never knew about. They're out there finding out what's happening near you. Big places. Big events. All West Michigan. All on 8 West.
24-Hour News 8 is sponsored by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Watching out for you. This is Storm Team 8.
Here we go. We finally made it to Friday. If you're one of those who was working for the weekend, you've got about a half a day left to go, and check out Storm Track Live Radar. It's going to be a mainly dry half of the day left for us. We've got the majority of the rain shower activity now moving off to the east, even east of the thumb here in the eastern part of the state of Michigan. I can't completely rule out an isolated shower as we head through the next couple of hours, but I think for the most part we are going to be dry here. You're looking at a live view from our Heritage Hill sky cam out to the west and northwest over downtown Grand Rapids, and you can actually see the skyline today versus yesterday when it was so hazy and we had that light fog out there and drizzle. A sprinkle possible, but breaks will be developing in the cloud cover as we head into the later afternoon and evening hours around dinner time, much more likely. Now check this out. I was looking back at our temperatures just this week and look at these huge temperature swings. Monday we were at 80 degrees, which is normal for this time of the year. Tuesday, hot and humid. We had heat indices near 100. The actual air temp was 91. Wednesday, with the cloud cover, we made it to around 80. Look at yesterday, 67 only. Today, the forecast high only 68, but the warm up is on the way. We're looking at an increase because Saturday, 78. We're looking at about 81 here on Sunday and 86 for Monday. So heading in the right direction, and that's kind of the way that this what we're tracking graphic is set up. Starting today, cloudy and chilly, but those breaks are going to develop in the cloud cover. Later on today, much more likely. Don't count on a lot of sun, but there will slowly be some peaks here. Warmer and brighter for the weekend. It looks like partly to mostly sunny skies. We hold off that next chance for rain until we get into Monday, especially Monday night and Tuesday. Right now we're sitting at 63 balmy degrees here in Grand Rapids. Look at the lakeshore temps. The number to the right is from the airport here, and the number on the left is actually out at the beach. So 50s at the beaches for actual air temps. They're looking at wind chills, though, only in the mid to upper 40s right now. Winds out of the west at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. And look at the 24-hour forecast. They stay in that range. We only make it into the upper 60s later on today. This computer model not indicating anything in the way of rainfall, although here come those breaks in the cloud cover. This is midnight, maybe even a few clear patches by then. The winds will also die down just. We're looking at temps by tomorrow morning only in the mid-50s, so it'll be pretty comfortable. I can't rule out an isolated patch of fog, but I think for the most part we should be okay. Looks like a pretty low chance there. And then temperatures tomorrow gradually warming up. We should make it into the mid to upper 70s for highs, but it will be significantly cooler tomorrow at the Lake Michigan shoreline. 81 on Sunday. Sunday's temps, even at the lake, should be relatively warm because the wind will change directions, come out of the southeast instead of out of the west. Chance for a shower or storm later in the day on Monday, especially into Tuesday morning. And then we should have another area of high pressure build in and lead us to a quiet, calm midweek. And Brett, not only are we going to make 80, but temperatures pushing 90 by the end of next week, which next weekend is the 4th of July weekend.
We're all looking forward to that. Long weekend for a lot of people.
It is, just in time.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Nice to see the summer could arrive by the 4th of July.
Yeah, we're working on it. Better late than never.
Exactly. All right, thank you so much, Laura. Well, high water continuing to threaten several towns in the Dakotas this afternoon as the flooding Souris River continues to overtop levees and dikes. Leaders in many towns, especially in North Dakota, say that they've done all they can now to protect the cities from the water, but more than 10,000 people have been forced to evacuate already. The Souris is continuing to overflow in Minot, and water stands several feet deep in some of the areas there. The highest water is not expected, though, until the weekend. If you use your car for work and get your gas mileage paid for, a new IRS rate is going into place now that'll put more money in your pocket. We'll tell you how much more after this break.
Pools, lakes, and rivers can be lots of fun, but before your family heads out, make sure they know all about water safety.
It is an important topic, one that Wood TV is concentrating on.
We are working to keep you safe while swimming.
Crews come out a couple of times a day. Tonight, they're telling us which areas you should avoid to stay safe.
What are some simple rules we need to keep in mind?
You can sign up for RIP Current text alerts.
Really want to caution you today, a potentially dangerous day for swimmers.
Help prevent drownings this summer with safe water.
Another way we're watching out for you.
Don't wait. The biggest 4th of July mattress sale in Art Van history is going on now with a special preview weekend. Save 50% on every Sealy, every Simmons, Stearns & Foster, 50% off. And we pay the sales tax, plus no interest for 50 months. And free next day delivery guaranteed. Declare your independence from high prices. Our biggest 4th of July mattress sale now at Art Van Pure Sleep, Michigan's #1 mattress retailer.
Okay, stop us if you've heard this one.
My husband is obsessed with pumpkins.
Cue Ricky.
If you want to get his attention, just get fat and sit in the garden.
The Marriage Ref premieres this Sunday, 10/9 Central on NBC. What better first date than a romantic boat ride? If you can just get in the boat. Love in the Wild premieres this Wednesday, 10/9 Central on NBC.
Avoid nursing home poverty. Protect your life savings. Our families have saved millions.
Almost 30 years in practice, over 6,000 clients. He's your family's personal attorney.
I help families like yours avoid nursing home poverty. Preserve your life savings, defend dignity, protect your family values. Sign up for a free life plan workshop on our website. And Sunday mornings at 7, it's the David Carrier Show, News Radio, Wood 1300.
Now that I have Assurance, I can call our doctor. With Assurance Wireless, you get a free cell phone plus 250 free voice minutes each month.
Now that we have Assurance, we can keep in touch with our grandchildren.
You also get nationwide coverage and these calling features with no annual contract. Plus, it's easy to keep your current number.
To see if you qualify, call 1-800-378-7318. That's 1-800-378-7318. Or visit AssuranceWireless.com.
Welcome back. The IRS is changing the amount you get paid for, or how much you can deduct from your taxes if you use your personal car for business. It's an unusual mid-year move due to high gas prices. The agency says beginning July 1st, the approved rate for reimbursement and deductions from your taxable income have increased now to 55 cents a mile. That's an increase of 4 more cents than the first 6 months of the year. Greece's financial meltdown is the main topic at a European Union summit that's going on today in Belgium. European leaders are meeting in Brussels to discuss new ways to get Greece back on its feet and how to protect the euro from collapsing. At the meeting, EU leaders reinforced their message of fiscal austerity to the Greek Prime Minister. Athens faces default if it doesn't get a $17 billion installment from its existing $156 billion bailout by mid-July. AAA is predicting there will be about 1 million fewer people on the highway this July 4th than last year. And they're placing the blame directly on gas prices that are about $1 more per gallon than they were last. This also means travel all summer could suffer unless vacationers adapt. One survey by Deloitte & Touche shows staycations and local attractions might be more appealing this year.
The local beaches, the state parks, you know, the close family vacations versus the further away destinations, because there's clearly a psychological impact when you go to the gas station and you fill up your gas tank and it's $100 plus.
Research from American Express also shows people are forced to become better planners. A large percentage of people are cutting back on other things in their life to afford a vacation this year. And I've been looking at gas prices around the region here. The cheapest are in the Lansing area around Holt. They're selling it for $3.32 a gallon. In the Grand Rapids area, it's cheapest at the Admiral on Kalamazoo Avenue Southeast and Langley Street. They're selling that one for $3.48 a gallon right now. Meyer there on Kalamazoo Avenue seems to be the cheapest in town too. So if you're looking for cheap gas, go to GasBuddy.com or to our website at woodtv.com. We'll bring some to you here. The highest gas, by the way, in the area in Grand Rapids, the Admiral on 346 Fulton Street Southwest in Mount Vernon. That was the highest place a couple days ago. Workers at Japan's crippled Fukushima nuclear power plant are risking their health, living in towns surrounding the troubled plant. The area around the plant has been closed off to the public due to high levels of radiation. Despite this, some of the towns in the no-go zone are being occupied by Fukushima workers, with thousands of workers being called in to help bring the plant under control. Workers are slowly filling up hotels and homes around the plant. One worker said that most of those working on the site felt that while the conditions were not ideal, the work needed to be done. President Obama in New York last night holding a fundraiser for gay supporters as gay marriage gets closer to a vote. We'll tell you what he had to say and where he's standing on the issue right now, or not standing, coming up.
Mr. Feiger, where are you going with this?
Please, Your Honor, I'm going all the way. The courtroom's a spectacle, like the Colosseum where the gladiators fought. It's a battlefield, the field of justice. It takes commitment and preparation to be a trial lawyer, and it can be frightening. But courage isn't the absence of fear, it's doing what's right in spite of it. So who's going to stand up for you in the courtroom? We will.
At Jack's Wholesale Windows, you're really going to see a big difference. First, like these people, buy a house full of windows and get a beautiful, new, free entry door. Second, buy one qualifying window and we're going to give you a second qualifying window absolutely free. And just for having us out for the estimate, our newest family member is going to make sure you get free Michigan Adventure tickets.
You're gonna see a big difference.
It's summer! So head to your local library.
We're signing up for the Summer Reading Club.
You can read all summer long and win passes to fun places, like the Double J Resort or Avalanche Bay at Boyne Mountain. Passes to the John Ball Zoo.
Fun stuff for Miami.
This cool t-shirt.
Tickets to the West Michigan Whitecaps.
Passes to the Holland Aquatic Center. The grand prize, a trip to New York City.
Sign up for the Summer Reading Club.
Imagine what it's like when you can't use the stairs in your own home. When you have a wound that won't heal, someone has to do the household chores, but it can't be you.
Even life's simple tasks seem impossible when you have a wound that won't heal. Don't give up.
My dad's doctor referred him to the Metro Health Wound Healing Center. They gave his life back to him.
When time doesn't heal a wound, ask your doctor for a referral to Metro Health Wound Healing Center.
It works!
Metro Health, all about you, all around you.
Joining Waterford Place Sunset's newest Christian retirement community is easier than ever with our Easy Move package. Talented experts work with you through the entire moving process, help you get your home ready for the market, lay out your furniture placement, and ensure an easy transition. Best of all, your old home is sold in 6 months guaranteed.
We didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, they did everything for us.
Call today to arrange your lunch tour and experience. Waterford Place, where seniors are redefining retirement.
Welcome back to 24-Hour News 8 at noon. Here's a look at the stock market right now. Some interesting things going on right there. If you take a look, the Dow Jones is dropping about 90 points down. NASDAQ and S&P are down too. They say the reasoning behind that is because those Greece concerns, the concerns about the Greek economy, they're also starting to trickle into the Italian economy and concerns about them, as well as Spain and Ireland. A lot of volatility on the world scale. And check out crude oil right now, $90.07 a barrel, just about below $90. If it goes below that, that would be the first time in recent memory that the oil has been that cheap. Should be really interesting to see exactly how that shapes up on the pump. Well, last night, President Obama jumped headfirst into the controversy over whether to endorse gay marriage. He held his first ever fundraiser for gay supporters in New York, where lawmakers may be on the verge of making it legal. Tracy Potts has that story now from Washington.
That's why we're going to keep fighting until the law no longer... I heard you guys.
Before 600 gay rights supporters last night, President Obama stressed his record, repealing the ban on gays in the military and no longer defending the Defense of Marriage Act. But he stopped short of saying gay couples should be allowed to marry.
Homophobia's got to go!
Prompting protest outside his $1,000 a plate dinner.
It's really time for the president to join the majority of Americans who now support the freedom to marry.
Recent polls show the public's evenly split, but moving towards supporting same-sex marriage. Last night's fundraiser was in New York, where lawmakers are one vote short of becoming the 6th and largest state to make it legal.
New York is doing exactly what democracies are supposed to do.
President Obama, who said his views are evolving, says states should decide, not the federal government. Gay activists accuse him of riding the fence.
Between satisfying the gay and lesbian constituency and calming culturally conservative voters in swing states for 2012.
Perhaps the president can afford not to decide. Gay voters don't have a lot of choices in 2012. Republicans, for the most part, are lined up against them on this issue. From Washington, I'm Tracy Potts. Back to you.
There's another important vote today on funding for the U.S. military mission in Libya. The House could vote today on a resolution aimed at limiting the role of the U.S. military in Libya. The measure would ban funding for participation in combat missions like those drone attacks in the NATO-led air war. It also limit funding for intelligence and surveillance. Now, a separate resolution could also come up for a vote that would authorize U.S. participation for just 1 year. Another huge eruption from that volcano in Chile. Lava, molten rock, and ash began spewing from the volcano earlier this week and Wednesday. Well, there was a huge explosion that spewed ash for miles. The ash cloud has disrupted flights around the world in the southern hemisphere. Ash for more than a foot. It's more than a foot deep, some of that ash. It's covered areas near the volcano, even blocked small streams and rivers. The volcano is part of a chain of volcanoes there. It first erupted June 4th. Well, Holland voted down a plan that would have included gay rights in a city anti-discrimination plan. Now, supporters of that plan aren't all that happy, and they're planning a boycott in response. Details in just a minute on that.
Declare your independence. Explore the nation in a new RV from Terrytown and All Seasons, your West Michigan Jayco dealers, during our 4th of July sale this weekend. There's no better time than now to save thousands on the new RV you've always wanted. Come on down to Terrytown and All Seasons RV today.
Looking to save some big money? Then head to Champion right now.
Now's the time to make your home more attractive, more efficient, more of what you've always wanted it to be with Champion. Get to Champion's open house sale this weekend and save 40% on quality Champion windows, siding, and doors, and 15% on a Champion patio room. Don't miss out on these great savings. Get to Champion's open house sale at the Champion showroom.
These savings won't last forever, so get to Champion today.
The world of mobile technology is evolving. There are more ways to communicate and interact now than ever, from email and text messages to the social networks that keep us connected. The new Associate's Degree program in Mobile Communications Technology in the School of Information Technology at ITT Technical Institute teaches students how to configure, implement, and operate wireless networks and devices. This program helps students prepare for entry-level positions in this emerging field. Field Service Specialist, Development Engineering Technician, and Mobile Service Support Specialist are among a wide variety of entry-level positions graduates of this program can pursue. Mobile technology is changing our world. Find out if the Mobile Communications Technology program at ITT Technical Institute is right for you. ITT Technical Institute School of Information Technology. Education for the future. Call 1-800-338-4715 or visit us on the web.
Celebrate our country's birthday with a new RV from Terrytown and All Seasons RV during our 4th of July sale this weekend. The savings are revolutionary, the selection is monumental. Discover the freedom of traveling with Jayco, America's most livable RVs. Come on down to Terrytown and All Seasons RV today.
Watching out for you. This is Storm Team 8.
And we are finally looking at conditions drying out for West Michigan. We had a pretty decent weekend last weekend, and then this week really went downhill with the severe weather and heavy rainfall, but the cooler temps are moving out, the rain's moving out, and so is the cloud cover. Storm Track Live radar right now doesn't show anything in terms of precipitation. We did have some scattered rain showers around here this morning. If you watched Terry DeBoer on Daybreak, those have pretty much moved off to the east. I'd only anticipate maybe an isolated sprinkle for the remainder of the early and mid-afternoon hours. Take a live view outside. This is from our sky cam over 8th Street in downtown Holland on top of the Warm Friend Retirement Community. And you see dry conditions there, but not much in the way of sunshine. It will be quite sporadic, at least early today. Still a low-hanging deck of cloud cover overhead. Here's the visible satellite, and anywhere you see white is where we have cloud cover. So putting this into motion over the last 3 hours, we still see quite a bit of that white, but there are more breaks back to our west, which is why I think we will incorporate at least a few peaks at the sun as we approach the dinner time hour. Temp right now with cloud cover overhead, 63 in Grand Rapids, only 59 in Kalamazoo, 60 in Battle Creek. We should be around 80 for this time of the year. And zooming into the metro area, 60 in Jamestown Township, 61 in Jenison, and 61 in Walker. Here's what it looks like in Kalamazoo this afternoon. High temp of 69. An isolated shower can't be ruled out. Breaks in the cloud cover do develop later in the day, and it's going to feel pretty chilly out there. In fact, I was looking at some of the wind chills at the beaches, holding in the upper 40s right now. Here's the way it plays out in Grand Rapids. Breaks developing in the cloud cover by 6 p.m. With any luck, we can nudge those temps into the upper 60s and then fall back into the low to mid 60s by 9. But we have brighter forecast in place for the weekend. I'll share those numbers with you and the sky conditions coming up in about another 10 minutes.
Well, the Holland City Council may have voted down a plan that would have added gay rights to a city anti-discrimination ordinance, but the backlash over the decision is starting to be felt in the city. An LGBT rights group is organizing a boycott of businesses that don't support the ordinance protecting gay rights and are encouraging their supporters to do the same. They say they've gotten mostly positive responses, but not everybody believes this boycott makes a whole lot of sense.
For Holland to vote down a non-discrimination ordinance, he was like, it's preposterous. Therefore, let's take that negativity and those feelings and do something about it.
I think if they discriminate against people, that's one thing, but I don't think they have to advertise if they're for it or not, because then you have everything else that they're against, like, and for. They shouldn't have to, you know what I mean?
So you think businesses should stay out of it?
Yeah, just be indifferent and just respect everyone that comes in your doors.
The ordinance would have added protections for the homosexual community against discrimination in housing and employment. If enough signatures get on the ballot, the decision will be left up to voters. Well, 2 women are still in critical condition this afternoon after a crash yesterday on the East Beltline. Police say 34-year-old Aaron Hiddema was driving a Nissan SUV during the lunch rush hour. 38-year-old Melissa Fustel was her passenger. They pulled out onto the East Beltline near Leonard Street Northeast, and that's when a 19-year-old man driving a Trailblazer slammed into him. Police say it doesn't look like speed or alcohol are factors, but it's all still under investigation. A bill that would cut benefits for state lawmakers is on its way now to the Senate. The House of Representatives voted to end their retiree health care plan yesterday. Right now, after a lawmaker serves 6 years in the legislature, he or she gets taxpayer-funded health care when they turn 55, whether they're in the legislature or not. Well, this bill would get rid of that perk for anybody elected after January 1st, 2007. A bill that would raise health care costs for public employees is on its way now to the state Senate. The House passed the bill yesterday. If it passes the Senate, it would cap how much a public employer can pay toward employee health insurance. Another plan going through the Senate would require public employees to cover at least 20% of their coverage costs. The Ford International Airport taking 2 big steps to try and shorten the long lines that you have to stand in at security there. Continental Airlines is moving its departing flights now to Concourse B, which will alleviate the backup in Concourse A, they say. The airport is also starting construction for a second security line on Concourse A. Well, yesterday, lawmakers gathered in Lansing to try and find a way to make rip current warnings along Lake Michigan more consistent. Experts testified yesterday at the hearing, including the Emergency Services Director in South Haven. And he says different warning systems and rescue equipment at different West Michigan beaches create some problems. He says it opens up communities to lawsuits for starters and makes them a less effective system as well.
We're going to try and work this together so everybody along the lakeshore will have the same type of warning system, have the same type of flag system, or whatever we're going to do. We need to have one voice in this.
Our part of the lake, Lake Michigan, is the deadliest on the Great Lakes for rip currents. Now, you can always sign up to get a text alert on rip current warnings from Storm Team 8 on woodtv.com. You can also find more information on our Safe Water campaign there as well. Well, John Ball Zoo is looking to restore the roar with the second phase of the largest expansion in its history. The zoo kicked off the fundraising campaign yesterday. Restore the Roar. It's an effort to double the size of the zoo with an all-new tiger exhibit by 2014 and a new exhibit for the grizzly bears by 2013, among a lot of other things they want to do.
Carefully, so that we had sort of the projects that the visitors would love to see. We're inviting people to go to the website, make a donation online. They can make donations here at the zoo.
The zoo has gathered $12 million from private donors for the project, but it still needs $1.75 million more to complete the plans, and that's where they hope you will come in. Well, every year, ESPN's ESPY Awards honor a team or an individual for best moment, a moment that captured the attention of people nationwide. And this year, the Finnville boys basketball team is nominated. After hitting the game-winning shot on March 3rd, Wes Leonard collapsed on the court. He died of an enlarged heart. Well, his team went on to win the district championship until they eventually lost to Schoolcraft in the regional playoffs. You can vote, though, to help the team win this award. The voting is open until July 9th. We have a link for you at woodtv.com if you want to participate. At least a dozen people in China, they're dead now after some massive flooding that happened there. We'll tell you more about what's happening because of those raging waters.
And if you're tired of this cool and cloudy weather, I've got just the remedy for you in the weekend forecast coming up after the break. I'll show you how warm our temperatures are going to climb, but we are stuck with some of those clouds today. You can see this a live view from our Grand Haven sky cam, overcast conditions, and you can see the channel there with one lonely boat heading out. Stay tuned. Your forecast is next.
Our crews have been there all day long, staked out in the middle of all that action.
We're kicking off team coverage tonight.
And with all of the questions that remain in this story, you can bet that we're going to keep digging into.
Tonight we have new information that might save your life.
It's something that just about all our viewers who have a home with a smoke detector need to know.
And you alerted us to that. Today we went looking for answers, and now we have them.
Watching out for you. This is 24-Hour News 8.
Need new tires? Take the Bell Tire Price Challenge. Right now, we challenge you to find a lower tire price anywhere on Michelin and Goodyear tires. For a limited time only, get Michelin Harmony Touring All-Season Passenger Tires, a great value at only $89 each. And get Goodyear Integrity Touring All-Season Passenger Tires, just $98 each. Go to BellTire.com to see the lowest tire prices for your vehicle. Nobody beats Bell Tire. The lowest tire prices, period. We'll prove it.
My child was bitten by a dog. The insurance company made me feel I could not win. I called 1-800-CALL-SAM. Our settlement, $300,000. Best call I ever made.
Get the Bernstein Advantage and the no-fee guarantee. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Now is the time to take advantage of the hottest offer from Xfinity, only from Comcast. Right now, you can get Xfinity TV for only $29.99 a month for 6 months. Call 1-877-804-8136 today and access our huge on-demand library anytime, anywhere, so you'll never miss a thing. Watch hit movies, full seasons of TV shows, and kids programming, all available instantly. Xfinity TV for only $29.99 a month for 6 months. Watch your favorite scenes on any screen and listen to 45 commercial-free music channels. From top 40 to classical to hip-hop. Plus, get HBO included for 3 months. Enjoy blockbuster movies and award-winning original series. Or step up to an HD triple play and get up to $200 back. Call 1-877-804-8136 today.
We're given a half hour every night, and we're handed the world. We're handed the nation. We're handed everything that went on today. It's a global conversation.
24-Hour News 8 Daybreak.
With all the news, traffic, and weather you need to start your day.
Watching out for you with the morning news that matters. 24-Hour News 8 Daybreak. Watching out for you. This is Storm Team 8.
I tell you what, it certainly has been an active week of weather here in the 24-hour tracking center. Everything from extreme heat to severe weather and some record amounts of rain. But right now, Storm Track Live radar finally starting to quiet down. We did have a couple of rain showers in the area this morning, as well as a few sprinkles, but those have now all moved off to the east and through parts of the northeast, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, and parts of Canada. Seeing that wet weather now, but the good news is it's going to continue moving off to the northeast, and we should therefore stay mainly dry here through the rest of today, and certainly dry as we head into the day tomorrow. Current temperatures outside, we still have a lot of cloud cover, so we're having a hard time warming things up. Our rapid update thermometer at Hudsonville City Hall, only 61 degrees. We're nearing 1 o'clock here on June 24th. Not something you see very often. 59 though at the station here on Heritage Hill, and then you look here a little bit higher in Grand Haven. Right there on the beach, 59, where wind chills are holding in the 40s, and these are current temps. We get updates on these ones here about every 3 to 5 seconds. Now, take a look at what we're tracking. Temperatures aren't going to make too much headway as we head into the afternoon. Still cloudy and chilly. We may see some breaks beginning to develop, especially as we head into the later afternoon and evening hours. I did get an email from a viewer saying that, oh, hey, I saw the sun. I think I might get a few more of those as we head into the afternoon, but it's going to be a slow improvement. It turns warmer and brighter for the weekend, though. We're looking at temps in the 70s for tomorrow and 80s here once we get to the day on Sunday. The visible satellite shows we do have some cloud cover in place overhead. Look at this right now. Pardon me. Storm Track Live radar also detects some of our visible satellite where the cloud cover is, and right now there certainly is plenty of it. Wind speeds out of the west, keeping lakeshore areas even a little bit cooler right now, about 10 to 15 miles an hour. And here is that 24-hour forecast. So we look at those temperatures only in the 60s here this afternoon, and pardon me, I'm about to have a coughing attack. We've got midnight temps dropping into the 50s, clouds eventually clearing the area. We'll call it decreasing clouds, temps down into the mid-50s here by tomorrow morning. And then as we go into tomorrow, we're looking at temps rising into the 70s by noon. Should make it into the upper 70s inland, much cooler though at the lakeshore. And then out at Lake Michigan today, elevated risk of rip currents. Please stay out of the water. Not a great day anyway. Only saw one boat on that Grand Haven Skycam. Water temps holding in the 60s. And here is that 8-day forecast. Pleasant conditions building in for the weekend. We'll be in the low 80s by Sunday. And the next chance for storms moves in later in the day, Monday into Tuesday. And we should have high pressure, Brett, building in just in time for the middle of next week. And some warmer temperatures. I know you like 80, probably like 90 more.
You know, something like that anyway. I like it to feel like summer sometimes during summer.
Well, yeah, it's very untypical that we would have temps only in the 60s today. Average high, 80 degrees.
It feels like September out there right now. You know,
it's very
the end of September. It's like our prize should be starting like right now. I don't know if Rick DeVos is ready to do that. Oh, yeah, I love our prize. That's so much fun, you know.
Skip ahead, but we should have those summer-like temps in place by the 4th of July, like we were talking about earlier. Better late than never.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thank you so much, Laura. Got some heavy rain. It's caused some massive flooding in central China. Killed at least a dozen people over there. The rain's so intense, the high water is sweeping away houses. The flooding also caused several landslides. Catastrophic flooding this year in central and eastern China has left at least 175 people dead, 86 of them missing. So far, the damage is estimated at some $5 billion worth. Making matters worse here, they got more rain in the forecast. Well, lots of new movies coming out this weekend, and we're getting a sneak peek. Raphael Seth has a preview of the weekend box office. That's right after the break.
America's #1 fugitive. His life on the run with his gun ball.
Hiding in plain sight right by the beach.
Next, Inside Edition. What we've learned about Whitey Bulger's years in hiding.
He was beyond a gangster. He was a serial killer.
Then, Casey Anthony. Will she get away with murder? Why, there could be reasonable doubt. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Friday at 7 p.m. on Wood TV 8.
Find hot deals during the Menards Summer Sale. Add light to any room with the Monarch Collection from Design House. They have a satin nickel finish with snow glass. This 3-light vanity is just $39. This 5-light chandelier is only $79. Update your floors with new tiles from Ranyo. They add beauty and elegance, perfect for entryways, kitchens, and hallways. The Dunes Collection in 3 colors is 88 cents a square foot.
Save big money at Menards.
Eyeglass World wants to know, how do your glasses make you feel?
What's the first thing people see?
They show off my personality.
This is my wife's favorite pair.
They make me feel confident, professional.
They're like shoes. You need more than one pair.
It's how I express myself.
Express yourself with 2 pairs of glasses from Eyeglass World and get both for just $78. Glasses that make a difference. Prices that make it possible. Eye exam, only $39.
It's summer! So head to your local library.
We're signing up for the Summer Reading Club.
You can read all summer long and win passes to fun places, like the Double J Resort or Avalanche Bay at Boyd Mountain. Passes to the John Ball Zoo.
Fun stuff for Miami.
This cool t-shirt.
Tickets to the Western Michigan Whitecaps.
Passes to the Holland Aquatic Center. The grand prize, a trip to New York City. Sign up for the Summer Reading Club!
Joining Waterford Place Sunset's newest Christian retirement community is easier than ever with our Easy Move package. Talented experts work with you through the entire moving process, help you get your home ready for the market, lay out your furniture placement, and ensure an easy transition. Best of all, your old home is sold in 6 months guaranteed.
We didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, they did everything for us.
Call today to arrange your lunch tour and experience. Waterford Place, where seniors are redefining retirement.
Welcome back. The original Pixar Cars movie took place in a small desert town called Radiator Springs. With a second go-round opening nationwide this weekend rolls through more exotic motorways in London, Paris, and Tokyo. Raphael Seth has more on a box office preview that you want to see.
How'd you like to come and see the world with me?
You mean it?
Lightning McQueen takes a road trip in Cars 2. The cartoon race car voiced by Owen Wilson goes international, competing in the first ever World Grand Prix. But his rust bucket buddy Mater runs into some adventure of his own, getting caught up in a top secret spy mission. Michael Caine is the voice of a smooth European agent who mistakes Mater for a master of intelligence. Emily Mortimer and Larry the Cable Guy also lend their voices to this Pixar sequel. Cars 2 is rated PG.
Elizabeth, you shouldn't be teaching. I mean, I can't think of anyone less suited to being a teacher.
Cameron Diaz plays a bad teacher in Bad Teacher. She's lazy, rude, hates her job and her students, and is only there because her fiancé dumped her. But her attitude changes when she meets her meal ticket, a substitute played by Justin Timberlake, who comes from a wealthy family. Diaz plans to win him over and quit her day job, despite the pesky attention of a sarcastic gym teacher played by Jason Segel. Bad Teacher is rated R. That's the box office preview. Raphael Seth, NBC News.
Around here, Recess is
Also opening in select theaters this weekend, Conan O'Brien Can't Stop. It's a documentary of the late-night host's 32-city comedy roadshow after his split with NBC. Well, a hearing is scheduled in Washington this afternoon to talk about why we should care about bats, specifically the impact that white nose syndrome is having on the species. White nose syndrome is a fungus that grows around the bat's nose. When it strikes, it can wipe out up to 90% of a bat colony. Bats are vital to the ecosystem too. They pollinate flowers and they eat insects. Some bats can eat up to 2,000 insects in an hour. Well, police in Colorado have arrested a man now in the tank of a portable toilet. He was accused of hiding there. Police say they arrested Luke Ivan Crisco during an unrelated panhandling investigation yesterday. Police believe he was the man discovered in the toilet at a festival in Boulder by a woman who lifted up the lid of that porta potty. The man who checked said he saw somebody covered in a tarp inside. Later, when the police investigated, the guy ran off. Well, there's a new poll out there that surveyed parents of elementary school children, found not all parents have their kids shower before getting in a swimming pool. Of the 865 parents surveyed, only 26% felt it was very important to take a shower before swimming. But in contrast, 64% said it's very important to avoid swallowing pool water. These findings suggest that a lot of parents just don't understand the range of risks for contracting waterborne infections. A young emperor penguin stranded on a New Zealand beach has been captured and moved to a local zoo. The penguin was first spotted on Monday on New Zealand's North Island. Officials became concerned with the bird's health after it was seen eating sand and small sticks and then trying to regurgitate it. Experts believe the penguin's about 10 months old, but have not yet determined whether it's a male or a female. Emperor penguins spend their entire lives in Antarctica, 2,000 miles away from New Zealand.
It's going to be a logistical nightmare, I think, but yeah, you know, it's definitely worth trying to get him back down south where he belongs.
It's been 44 years since an emperor penguin was last spotted in New Zealand. Well, stay with us. Laura's going to be right back with a look at your weekend forecasts. Coming up.
24-Hour News 8 is sponsored by Farm Bureau Insurance.
This is incredibly dangerous here.
We have a multiple threat going on here.
Storm Team 8.
Bill Stephan was first on the air. We have crews fanned out all over the region.
You can see a tremendous amount of lightning with these.
The rain is coming down so hard and the wind is so strong.
And it is a virtual lake at this intersection.
Continuing to monitor some of our social media, we have so many pictures coming in from our viewers.
Watching out for you.
And Bill and I will be here all night keeping an eye on the situation.
This is Storm Team 8.
The retirement bundle at Holland Home makes it possible for us to retire now. From reducing fees to selling our condo, Holland Home had all the answers.
The home buyout program sold our condo in less than 6 months. We shopped around and we found that Holland Home was the best deal financially. The kids thought it was a great decision.
But we do have one regret.
We should have done this years ago.
Now that I have Assurance, I can call our doctor.
With Assurance Wireless in Michigan, you get a free phone and 250 free voice minutes each month.
Now that we have Assurance, we can keep in touch with our grandchildren.
For $5 each month, get 500 total voice minutes. Or for $20 a month, get 1,000 total voice minutes and 1,000 texts.
Now that I have Assurance, I can send a quick text.
All offers include a free phone, nationwide coverage, and these calling features. Plus, it's easy to keep your current number.
Now that I have Assurance, I can let work know I'm running late.
You may qualify for Assurance if you're on Medicaid or use these other services.
Now that I have Assurance, I can do more with more minutes.
Call now to see if you qualify and learn what Assurance can do for you.
Call 1-800-375-5019. That's 1-800-375-5019. Or visit AssuranceWireless.com.
When choosing your child's doctor, what matters most? How long they've been practicing or being the best? It's no question, being the best. But in Michigan, students are in danger of not getting the best education. Because right now, if school districts have to fire teachers, seniority alone determines who keeps their job, not success in the classroom. It doesn't matter if someone's been teaching for 3 years or 30. Our kids deserve the best. Tell Lansing to save Michigan's great teachers.
And we do have a cool day on tap for us this afternoon. Highs only reaching the upper 60s. Isolated chance at a sprinkle. Then we dry things out and clear it up tonight. Tomorrow could be a patch of fog in the morning. Mostly sunny for the weekend with gradually warming temps. But I will mention tomorrow 77 inland. It is going to be quite a bit cooler at the Lake Michigan shoreline. So finally, a bit of a warm up coming our way.
And today, of course, is Friday. The reason why we know that is because it's Pet Day.
That's right.
Let's check out what we got here.
All right.
This is Valentine. She's a sweet little dog that's a mixed breed. The staff at the shelter think that she might be a pit bull mix, but she looks a lot like a terrier as well. She's still a puppy, about 7 months old. Needs a lot of work, some potty training, and general obedience. You can come meet her today. And then we got Leo, a domestic long-haired cat who came in as a stray. Friendly and used to being around the family. About 2 years old, loves to be petted though. You can come in and meet him as well. And for more on Valentine and Leo, you can call the Harbor Humane Society at 616-399-2119. And in studio, we've got Mahadi today, a beautiful cream and black Himalayan. Mahadi is a very social feline, but Mahadi does not like the camera very much. A little bit to get out of the limelight here. Yeah, I know. A lot of people here, a lot of new things to look at. You can get Mahadi or find out about that feline, that female, I believe, at the Humane Society of West Michigan. The number there, 453-8900. And they have a special adoption rate this month on Adopted Cat Month, so you can even get a better deal.
And now she likes the camera. She's getting into it a little bit.
Beautiful cat. And it looks like a beautiful forecast for the weekend.
Very nice weekend coming up.
Great. Have a fantastic time. See you back here at 5.
Need expert advice? Wood TV has you covered, on air and online.
Beacon Hill, your retirement and assisted living expert.
Ask the expert. Weekdays on 8 West and woodtv.com.
On the next Access Hollywood, more from our outrageous conversation with Jennifer Aniston and her racy, horrible boss's transformation. Justin and Selena take over New York, and our cameras are there. Next Access Hollywood.
Friday at 7:30 p.m. on Wood TV 8.
Looking to save some big money? Then head to Champion right now.
Now's the time to make your home more attractive, more efficient, more of what you've always wanted it to be with Champion. Get to Champion's open house sale this weekend and save 40% on quality Champion windows, siding, and doors, and 15% on a Champion patio room. Don't miss out on these great savings. Get to Champion's open house sale at the Champion showroom.
These savings won't last forever, so get to Champion today.
From health screenings and cooking classes to lectures and fitness programs, enjoying a healthy life is easier with Metro Health. You can now get your blood pressure checked on the first Friday of every month at Metro Health Hospital. Just stop by the main lobby between 10 a.m. and noon for this free screening. Be sure to check out our complete schedule of events at metrohealth.net.
Providing programs to help you live healthy. Another way Metro Health is connecting with community.
Look, people, there's gonna be a hair fight. Now, if you think that's the thing to do, you're Dr. Love.
No nonsense. Nancy Grace shows no mercy as she takes on big talker Donnie Deutsch.
If you want to cheat, don't get married.
All right, let me...
Somebody's gonna get shot.
Okay.
In one of our kitchen table roundtables you don't want to miss.
Oh, you're full of baloney. Come on.
Plus, has The Hangover 2's hilarious Ed Helms officially achieved sex symbol status?
He has a nude scene.
Next, Rachel.
Friday at 2 p.m. on Wood TV 8.
You're watching Wood TV 8.
I got it.
Hey, you're good. I left you, what, like 11 hours ago and you were passed out? Now you're swimming laps?
I'm better than that. When you left, I got up and got another drink.
Good plan.
It made my little fights with Melanie and grandfather that much more interesting.
I talked to EJ.
Yeah, I heard he survived my little attack. Did you have a nice